friends. So I didn't really have a plan in place for when I was going to record this. I'm just checking the time. Okay, it's almost 3. Anyway, I didn't really have a plan for when I wanted to record this, but I just submitted an application I was working on, and I was like, okay, well, what do I do now? And I was like, oh, I can update on this whole situation. So, I don't have a whole lot to update you on. I have one appointment to talk about, and not what you see in the background, not that video. That is an Earl's family vlog video, if you want to check them out. In case somebody tries to copyright, I don't think they would. But for the record, that's what that is. It's not any of my vlogs or anything, and they're probably monetized, that family. Anyway, so I have the application I just filled out on the computer, just officially submitted, and I have Gwen's appointment Zoom meeting thing. Not really her appointment, but the information appointment for Gwen that was on Friday. So I'll talk about that first, and then I'll tell you about the application and the stuff around that, which is related to, well, I'll get to that. So the appointment on Friday was to talk about the results from Gwen's, let me make sure this isn't zoomed up, from Gwen's evaluation, like psychology evaluation? Is that right? Psych evaluation? What is that? Psych evaluation that she had. I don't even know what the date was, but it's been like at least 2 or 3 weeks since that happened. It's been a while. Probably close to a month. It feels like forever since that happened. And part of that, and I don't know if I were to talk about it in the vlog because I just recently started vlogging again. But part of that was in person at Nationwide Children's Hospital. And actually all of it was supposed to be that day. But she was tired. I feel like I mentioned part of this before. But she was tired and wasn't really cooperating. So they decided to do the second half of it. I cannot talk today. The second half of it at home on another day, which we made the appointment, and we ended up doing that too. So we did it in 2 different parts, but usually I think it would be done in one part for a few hours at the same time. So part of it was at Nationwide in person at the hospital, and part of it was here at home, and she was observing Gwen and trying to have me do different things with Gwen and stuff. And she was tired during that part too, so no winning. But she did understand, the lady, I don't remember her name. She was really nice, but I don't remember her name. She understood that during both parts Gwen was tired. So there's that. And at one of the parts she told me the date of the first part of the appointment. And I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but we were told that with everything together and stuff and averaged out, the different areas, not physical therapy, but like her physical situation, like what she was able to do physically, what the occupational therapist saw, what the speech person saw, and just like all those together and average, like where she was at each place, all of it averaged together. A lot of it was because of the physical situation. But all of it averaged together, she was at like an 8-month level. And this was back in like May that original thing was done. But she told me, I think it was like June, maybe. I don't know. Maybe June when when we had the first appointment. That she was like an 8-month level. So at that point, she's at an 8-month level, but she was actually like 20 months old. So that's like it's less than half of what she should be at. And when they originally told me that wasn't what I found out Friday, but I don't know if I talked about this stuff yet. When she originally told me that, it was hard to hear because, I don't know, I had been focusing on where Gwen was and just trying to get her to further her development and stuff. And we were actually in names if we were wearing the masks and stuff, so they couldn't see my whole face. But it was really hard to hear that she was at an 8-month level, that she was that behind. And they were talking about how a lot of the kids that are that behind, well, some of them could get caught up, but others would end up eventually getting the label, I guess, I don't know if label's the right word, of intellectual disability, which is just something that should always be behind. So just those two pieces of information were really hard to hear. And I had some tears that day. It was, like I said, it was hard. I keep saying it, but it was really hard to hear that day. That's not what I was hoping to hear at all. I knew that I knew that there was going to be like an age, but it was hard to hear 8 months as the age. Because, like I said, it's less than half of where she should be, like her being 19 months old at the time. So anyway, on Friday and I've kind of gotten past the sadness of that at this point. Kind of like I got past the, what was the recent thing? The insurance? Was that the thing recently? I don't remember. Something else recently made me sad. I think it was the insurance situation. Oh yeah, because I called the insurance. Yeah. Anyway, so I passed both of those things, but I passed the 8-month thing. But she mentioned that again on Friday, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember them telling me that. And it was her, I think, that told me that, but I didn't think about it until after I said it. So she mentioned that, and she mentioned that she understood that Gwen was tired that day, and pretty much said that they aren't able to, they're still not, like, she didn't word it in this way, but she pretty much told me that they aren't able to put a label on what she has yet. Because it's hard, some of the things that she has could be symptoms or, not symptoms, like indicators of autism, but some of them are just like her age, things that kids do at the age that she is. So it's something that, like, we're just gonna have to I feel like I'm repeating myself from, like I said, it's not much more information than I got from the genetics thing. It's just we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. There's nothing, I don't think there's anything strong enough yet, or I don't want to say yet, but anything strong enough right now that indicates that yes, she has autism. This is very much a sign of autism. There's like very little doubt that that's what this is. There's nothing like that. Like the most that she said was that there's things that could be indicators of it being autism, but they could also maybe just be the age. Like one of the things that she mentioned that Gwen's done, I think she did it on the video there, but she doesn't really do it a lot. Is like sometimes in the video she like licked my hand or something, and she said that like if that's something that they regularly do, then that could be an indicator of autism, because like the sensory or something. But I don't think that's really something that she does very often, which I mentioned when we were talking to her on Friday, and Brett was like, yeah, I've never seen her do that. So because Brett was there for the appointment too, the Zoom meeting thing. So I think that's about as much information. Oh, she did tell me that she asked if I wanted to get in touch with I forget what she called it, but pretty much a person that kind of helps you get the autism type of help that you would need for somebody that has autism. There was like I forget what it's called, because I've heard, excuse me, she mentioned it on Friday during the appointment, and this lady that I watch, and the landing crew on YouTube, her kids get it. I don't know I think it's called ABA or something like that. I don't remember what it stands for, but I think they both called it ABA, which is something related to a helper that helps them with different tasks and stuff throughout the day, helps them learn to do certain things on their own that's related to autism. But that was the person who helped me get get hooked up with somebody like that and stuff. And she's like, would you want me to like have somebody contact you? And I was like, maybe. And so she's like, okay, well, I'll put down to have somebody contact you, but if they call you and you decide you don't want that, you're under no obligation to set up an appointment or anything. You can just tell them that you want to wait, which I think is what I've decided I'm going to do. I kind of decided as she was saying that, that's probably what I'm going to do. I'll just tell them that I'll wait because I don't want to like jump the gun and start getting things set up for autism if it's not that. I don't want to deal with doing all that stuff if that's not what she has, and that's not and if that's not something we're gonna need to deal with. I don't want to put that extra stress on myself and the extra like thought process of like, oh, autism stuff, autism path, if that's not what we're for sure that she has. I don't want to deal with all that. So I think I'm just going to tell them that I'll wait and we'll just continue. Oh, I need to call, maybe they're supposed to contact me, but I need to set up another appointment or see. I think I'm supposed to call Nationwide, call the doctor that was seeing her at Nationwide and see if they want me to set up an appointment, if I should set up an appointment for like October and November, which is like 6 months from the May thing. I think it'd be like November, which would be after she turns 2, or if like they want to wait longer, just to kind of do another evaluation and see where she's at and stuff at that point. So that's kind of where we are with that. Again, not a whole lot of new information. She offered me a couple, like that helper person thing, which they're going to probably contact me at some point. But I think I'm going to tell them that I'm just going to wait for now. Brett is very adamant about no, she's not going to need that help. She's not going to need to go to any special schools. She's going to be fine. She's going to be where she needs to be by then. It's not going to be a big deal at all. It's not that big of a deal. So I don't know if I'm completely on the same page there, but I don't think we're going to pursue any further autism related things at this point because we don't have any clear indication from anybody, genetics or Nationwide, like the whole thing that they did. They can't give us anything more, it doesn't seem, more official than global developmental delay, even at this point. So I think we're just gonna wait it out and see, get her another evaluation in a little bit. I'm hoping that she'll be maybe trying to start a walk by her birthday. I don't know what will be going on by then, but Brett and I have kind of said, and then kind of Brett and I talked about, it would be really cool if we could have 2 crawlers, which it wouldn't affect her because she's already crawling, but 2 crawlers by Christmas and 2 walkers by Easter. That would be awesome. Depending when Easter is, Annika might not be a year old by then, but Annika, if you haven't watched any of my other videos, Annika, oh, that's my husband, Annika was, as of yesterday, she rolled from her belly to her back, or no, from her back to her belly, and then today she rolled from her belly to her back. So that's super exciting. That's progress for her, and I marked that down because I have a note on my phone of like Gwen's different milestones and stuff, like when she rolled, her first tooth, when she started crawling, when she sat up, all of that. And so far, physically, I don't have any concerns for Annika, but that would be a different story. That would be a different video. I would probably do them, do separate videos for them, which I do want to do a 4-month video. But anyway, so that's the update on that stuff. As of today, at least as of right now, I haven't heard anything. I thought I would by now, but I haven't heard anything about the braces that Gwen got measured for. It was a week, today's Monday, it was not this past Friday, but the Friday before that she got measured, and they said it takes about a week to come in, and it's been a little over a week, because Friday would have been a week, and so it's been like 10 days. So I'm not really sure. I imagine we'll be hearing from them any moment. But the other thing I wanted to mention, as far as the insurance goes, by the way, I took Gwen in today for her occupational therapy. The people, Erica, that usually watches her on Mondays, is back. She was out of town, out of state, visiting family, but they're back, which is great all around. But it's great to have her to be able to watch Annika, so I can not have to worry about finding somebody or not being able to take Gwen to OT. But anyway, I took her to OT today, and I found out, I couldn't remember if she had one PT session left that the insurance would pay for, or if she was out of PT things. But I asked them today about the OT for sure, and she has 5 OT sessions left and 1 PT session. So she'll be able to go to PT tomorrow, but after that we're just going to have to wait until we get things figured out. But, on that note, the application that I was filling out, and I don't know, maybe your opinion might be, people that watch this, their opinion might be controversial, because I was kind of unsure about it at first too. But I applied for Medicaid for Gwen. Just for Gwen. I want to make that clear because I don't like the idea of anything I say from here on out in this video could be controversial, but I don't like the idea of me or anybody else taking money from the government that you don't need, or just like taking money from the government when you should be paying for stuff yourself or by your own insurance or whatever. But the Help Me Grow lady, Angie, that I talked to, that was one of the things she mentioned, and she understood that we didn't, or like we had talked to her before about how we don't like the idea of doing any government related stuff as far as that goes. So she mentioned that she understood that, but she was like, just wanted to like mention that as an option. So I asked her a couple questions, and if you know anything about Medicaid, you probably already know this, but it's just going to be like a second insurance. So whatever our insurance doesn't pay for, Medicaid will cover for Gwen. And she said that like there's an option to do it as a family or to do it as a single person type thing, to do it as like one person. So I don't know if I filled it out right, but they're going to call me and contact me at some point, and so I'll make sure that they understand what I'm trying to do when I talk to them. But she said to make sure you do it for just like the one person, which will be Gwen, because she's the only person that really needs it right now. Brett and I don't have any surgeries or any big things that aren't covered by the insurance that we need an extra insurance. But Gwen has these therapies, and if the insurance if she didn't have the therapy, I don't know, I feel like she really needs to get the therapy, and the insurance is only paying for like 20 to 30, depending on which therapy it is, 20 to 30 a year, which covers like a little over half if it's 30, and that's not enough. I don't want her to only have half a year of therapy, go the other half of the year without therapy, and then it just doesn't make sense. So in future years we could have done it like every other week, and it probably would have been fine. Like do PT one week and then OT the next week, and kind of if we needed to do that, we could do that. But it's too late for now. We've used PT up as of this week, as of tomorrow. PT will be used up, and soon OT will be used up. And we can't afford to pay for especially 3 therapies. But, I don't know, maybe we could afford to pay 1 therapy, I don't know. But we wouldn't be able to afford to pay 3 therapies every week. All year or whatever, or even half a year. So Medicaid is supposed to pick up whatever our current insurance doesn't cover, and that would be for anything with Gwen, for any hospital stuff. So yeah, Angie my Help Me Grow representative lady, Angie brought that up to me, and I kind of decided that that's what I was gonna do. And then I think that same day, yeah, actually, like my friend tried to call me while I was talking to Angie, but my friend called me, my friend Kristen, one of my high school friends. she has 3 boys, and the first one, let's see, the third one, but like he's the third oldest, I guess. The first son she had, her oldest, has had some different surgeries and different things related to his eyes going on. He doesn't have all the stuff that Gwen has, but he has a bunch of like eye and maybe a couple other things that he's had to deal with. And she ended up getting Medicaid for him, and she was kind of explaining how it's been good for them and kind of how it works, and different things about that, and really encouraging me that like that's something I should pursue, which I had already kind of decided, so I guess maybe that was just like confirmation that that's what I need to do. Thinking about it now is like making me almost emotional, because it's like I feel like that was like God being like, hey, here's another person in case this first person didn't make you want to do it. Here's another person that's even closer to you emotionally and stuff. Somebody that you've been close to in the past. Anyway, I'm just on a. It's just crazy different things that God's done recently, whether it's Gwen related or not. So so yeah, I filled out the application. I actually got stuck this past, was it Friday? I don't know. Sometime over the weekend, Friday or Saturday maybe, I got stuck. I've been asking Angie some different questions about different parts of it, but I got stuck in one part, and somehow I ended up getting to skip over it. But it was a part that I think I talked about it in one of the videos a day or two ago, where it had this information about a certain other thing that's related. It's like help that you could get once you get into like Medicaid. It's not really important, but this other thing that it's like, oh, here's information about this if you're interested in applying for this other thing later. And I just had to mark, there's like a little square that you click on to mark that you read the information, and the square was like grayed out, so you couldn't click on the square to say that you read it, even if I like scrolled down, even if I clicked on like the couple links that were within there and all that. I think Annika might be waking up. Both the girls are sleeping, well, unless Annika's waking up. But I tried everything I could to like make it to where I was able to click on that, and I couldn't. I like logged out and in a couple times and just wasn't working. And I don't think the last day or two I even tried to get on, because I've just had different things going on. So I didn't go on the application at all. But I went on today, and I like skipped to like after, because it goes from like other is like the second to last tab type thing that it has you go on when you're filling out the application, and that thing was like on other, kind of like I had other, and then like I clicked continue, and then it took me to this thing that didn't have any tabs. So I don't know if that was like something that wasn't supposed to be there, but anyway, I was on the other, and then before I clicked continue, I just clicked on like the submit application tab at the top, and I had to go through a couple other pages that I hadn't seen yet, and then was able to submit it. So it didn't even bring up the other thing that I got stuck on, so apparently it wasn't too important. But I've officially submitted the application to get Gwen Medicaid, and now we wait. So that's the most updated information I can give you. There's the information about the thing from Friday, and then I filled out the application. So that's probably going to be the end of this video. It's probably super long. Yeah, it's like 24 minutes. And it's a good timing because Annika's waking up and I need to give her a bottle. So I will update you, I guess again next week. You'll see, if you watch my videos, you'll probably see more videos before then, but the next time I'm talking about all Gwen's information and the next update on Gwen is going to be next week, but this will go up sometime this week. It's being recorded on Monday, of course, but hopefully it'll go up Tuesday or something. Alright, toodles.